Okay, in module 7, we are doing our last basic kindness strategy, and that is helping our kids to be funny without being mean. So this is really more for our older school age kids, our 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, our middle schoolers, our teenagers. This one's a little bit tricky because a lot of kids love to be funny. They want the attention, or maybe they want to try to fit in or find their place. It's so hard to figure out the social dynamics of the playground and figure out if you fit in. And some kids love finding joy in making other people laugh. The comedians, when they were kids, that they were trying to go for the laugh. They were just trying to get the people to laugh. And I totally get it, and it's fun. But sometimes funny is at the expense of other people. It's mean-spirited. It's getting somebody to be the brunt of the joke. Somebody falls or hurts or gets embarrassed. It can come across as funny, and people capitalize on that. And they make it feel funnier for other people watching when it's not funny for the person who is in the center of it. Maybe a victim, maybe not a victim, but becomes a victim later because they've been made fun of. So if you have to say, oh, I was only joking, or no offense, but that's not really funny. It's funny maybe for other people, but it's not funny for the person involved. And so it's not funny because somebody else is taking the brunt. They're getting the short end of the stick. The one-liners, the comeback, the need to have and this is set up for our kids to think that this is normal because it's in all of the shows on Nickelodeon and Disney and even all the TV shows, the one-liner comeback and then the laugh track. It's conditioning them to think that this is what funny is and this is what you need to do to be funny. And so I sit through those with my kids and say, oh, was that funny? How she just talked to her friend and made her friend feel kind of crummy? Is that funny? No, it's not funny. So as comedians and as adults who goes to see comedians, I love a good laugh, but laughing is usually at other people's expense. And as an adult, we can decide whether it's appropriate or inappropriate or offensive for ourselves. But with our kids, we've got to show them that if you want to be funny, there's ways to do it without being mean to other people. So we can help them learn real jokes. We can teach them knock-knock jokes or riddles or funny things that they can do and share with their friends. When we watch shows like America's Funniest Videos, we've been watching that for decades, right? But when people fall on the show, the laugh track comes up. We're conditioned that when somebody falls, you laugh. But in real life, that's not how it goes. When somebody falls, we need to break that laugh track cycle. We need to break that and say, when someone falls, we help. We say, can I help you? Or we help them up, or we check to see if they're okay. We're not laughing and pointing and ha ha ha, this is so funny, or videotaping it ourselves, which has become the norm because of these TV shows. Now, they're fun TV shows. YouTube, they're fun, but there's a line and it gets crossed very easily. So we can talk to our kids. Hey, listen, it's, they're making it seem funny, but it looks like he got really hurt. So let's laugh at the things where people don't get hurt. Let's laugh when, the dog, whatever the dog does, but let's not laugh when somebody gets hurt because that's not really funny. It's not funny to get hurt. It just probably felt really bad for them. So teaching them that we help first when somebody gets hurt. And then don't laugh at someone unless they're laughing along with, and keep kind of checking in, like, do they still think this is funny? My son said something the other day in his class, and couple of his classmates thought it was so funny when he wasn't trying to be funny. He was saying something very sweet, actually, and everybody thought it was funny. And some kids had to come to his defense and said, no, that's not what he meant. You're being mean. Stop laughing. And his feelings got really hurt because he became the brunt of the joke. He wasn't laughing along with them. So I'm working with my kids to not have somebody else be the brunt of the joke. We don't need to pick the fall guy when they're in middle school. We can deal with that when they're comedians and we're listening to the fabulous comedians that we have, and we can laugh at whatever we find funny. But when our kids are little, helping walk them through this is a really important part. All right, in the next little bit, I'm gonna do your quick wins, your homework, what you can implement right now to see more kindness from your kids in your home. I'll see you in there.